Alright, what's up everybody? Right now I'm going to be recapping the past 2 days of E3, and then I'm going to be uploading my live reaction to Sony's conference later tonight. But, okay, so day one we had EA's press conference. It was okay. I liked some of it. I really liked all the Battlefront 2 stuff they talked about. That was really awesome, especially all the free content they said was coming to it. The single player, everything they said about how they listen to the fans was really awesome. Plus the gameplay looks way smoother than Battlefront 1. It looks like the Darth Maul footage was incredible. Battlefront 2 looks amazing. They teased Anthem. That was pretty interesting. Can't wait to see more about that one. And then they talked a lot about sports games and other stuff I didn't really care too much about, I guess. Because really all I cared the EA talked about was Battlefront 2 and Anthem. And then Microsoft's conference was pretty cool for Microsoft. They announced a lot of new games, a lot of launch exclusives, which I don't know if that's exclusive or if it's like the Tomb Raider sequel that came out where it was exclusive for like a year and then it came out on other systems. But I'm not quite sure what the deal is with all of those, but they all looked fun. There was that Super Lucky's Adventure, that Fox game that looked kind of like Microsoft's Mario, basically. There was that, they showed Anthem, and it looks awesome. It looks like it's basically everything Destiny said it was going to be, mixed with like Horizon Zero Dawn and like they just Iron Man suit basically. All of it looks awesome. Microsoft also announced their new system, Xbox One X, that broadcasts in full 4K. It's smallest like console that's ever come out. I saw some people handling it. It looked about yay big. Didn't get the actual size of it because it was a video, so who knows how big it actually is. It looks small though, which is good because the Xbox One is like very clunky. But it showed all the 4K stuff that looked awesome. That was cool. They announced Minecraft is coming to it, and Minecraft is getting a 4K pattern update, it looks like, because the people are still, you know, the block people, but the patterns of the leaves and stuff look realistic. So it was a really interesting look for it. And then Minecraft also did a big thing, I hope becomes a huge trend in the future. They announced cross-play between all platforms. Like you can play with friends on if they're on a tablet, on the Nintendo Switch, on Xbox One X, whatever they're on, you can play Minecraft with them. That's what it looked like. Geez, like the MMO dark, gritty, fantasy-looking RPG looked really awesome. But other than that, Microsoft didn't have too much stuff that I noticed. They had more info on Cuphead, which a lot of people love because it's based in the old like 1930s or 40s cartoon style, which does look interesting. It looks like it'll be a lot of fun. But that's it for Microsoft's E3 stuff that has me excited, at least. And then later last night we got Bethesda's conference, and Bethesda seemed to be pretty good overall. They showed off this weird like Bethesda theme park thing to showcase all their stuff. They announced Skyrim coming to Elder Scrolls. Then Bethesda's stuff was really interesting overall. I'm not that big on Bethesda. I really only play Elder Scrolls from what they've released. But all this other stuff has me interested. I just haven't played it yet. They talked about Skyrim coming to Switch, which looked really awesome. They showed off some motion controls, and it's going to have amiibo support, so you can scan your amiibo just like in Breath of the Wild it looked like, and chests would pop down and it would have stuff. They showed the Master Sword and Highland Shield and the Champion shirt, so that all looks cool. I'm gonna get it again when it comes out on Switch. Then there was the other big thing they showed was the new Wolfenstein game, which looked pretty awesome. Like I've never played Wolfenstein before, but this one looks like it might get my money because it looks pretty awesome. The gameplay looked cool. The story looked ridiculous. There was so much going on in the trailer, it was nuts. And then they showed more of the Quake stuff, which looked cool because I know they announced a new character that's from Wolfenstein, so that was awesome. Quake looks fun. I've never played it, but it looks like a whole lot of fun. And then that about wrapped up Bethesda's conference. So nothing too groundbreaking, just a bunch of cool stuff, so that was awesome. Right, and then earlier today, Ubisoft just did their press conference, and it was pretty interesting overall. They started off with the leaked Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, so that was cool that they got that out right out of the way. They made some jokes about how they can finally talk about it, which was kind of funny because it got leaked forever ago and they haven't commented on it since. They had Miyamoto on stage talking with the Ubisoft guy, which was really cool, talking about how they've always liked their experience. The game looks alright. It's not too big on it. I mean, it's geared more towards little kids, so I imagine I wouldn't care for it too much. But it looks fun. It's got me really excited that Ubisoft is making exclusive third-party content for the Switch. So that's got me really excited that people are having faith in the Switch. Ubisoft announced The Crew 2, which is a car game. Well, actually it's not anymore. It's a racing game, and they talk about how it was all about motorized sports. And you could do way more than just car racing. So it looked cool. There was a lot of info in that one. I'm not the biggest fan on realistic racing. I'd rather play Mario Kart, honestly. It's more fun to me. But some people like it, and it looked good. Like the graphics were good, everything looked good. But yeah, Ubisoft announced a bunch of other games, none of which really stuck out to me. What I did like seeing was I saw on Switch at least 2 more times in their press conference. So that has me very excited that Switch is getting some support from third-party companies. They talked more about Assassin's Creed Origins, but they kind of just showed a trailer and then they were like, alright, after this you can watch gameplay. Which I thought was a bit odd, but I guess they wanted to save their conference time for more games. Which is a good move. Because they said it was like 30 minutes of gameplay of Assassin's Creed, which I'll check that out later. They showed off a new pirate game, which basically looked like Assassin's Creed 4 did, but not Assassins. So, I mean, that was good. You know, everyone liked Assassin's Creed 4. It was pirates. It was awesome. Then Ubisoft showed off a lot more of Far Cry 5, which has me super excited. I've loved the Far Cry series since 3. It's been amazing. Far Cry 4 was so much fun. Far Cry Primal was alright. It wasn't the best. but it wasn't the worst. It was fun, just not as fun as 4 or 3. 5 looked interesting because it's in Montana, and I'm wondering, it's like a cult has taken over this small town in Montana, and I'm just wondering how is that going to work with the outposts and whatnot. Like, are they just going to have them in Montana or what? But you have a dog in this one, and he can fetch weapons, so that's awesome. It looks like there's more, unless they were just showing the mission people that like. Looks like there's more characters, like support characters in this game. They showed a guy in a plane, they showed a woman, showed your dog. It really looked fun, and they said, again, you can do co-op with your friends, so that'll be fun. And then Ubisoft closed with a big announcement of Beyond Good and Evil 2. It looked awesome, the graphics were incredible. It's called the second one, but then they said it's a prequel, so that one's a bit odd, kind of like how Devil May Cry 3 and Metal Gear Solid 3 were prequels, so apparently that's just something video games like to do. But it looked good. It was just a cutscene, but the graphics were impeccable. It was funny, it was charming, it all looked good. I never played the first one, but I've heard amazing things about it, and I've been looking into getting into that series. And now that the second one's out, I feel I finally can. But other than that, that's it so far of stuff that stood out to me. So far, what has me most excited is Anthem, quite honestly. It looks amazing, the graphics are impeccable, the gameplay looked fun. It doesn't look like a typical BioWare game. It looks way more action-oriented than any BioWare game I've seen to date. And then Far Cry 5 has me super excited because those games are always just a ton of fun. I can't wait for it. It looks like it's going to be fun to take down a cult, and whatever the plot ends up being, it'll be awesome. But that's my thoughts on E3 so far. I'll be recording more videos after Sony does their conference tonight and Nintendo does their conference tomorrow. Alright, if y'all liked my opinions, go ahead and drop a like on this video and subscribe. Tell me in the comments what you liked and what you were most excited about that's been announced so far. Hope y'all have a good day, and I'll see you next time with more videos on E3 2017.